Hi, it's high school graduation season, and for the ACLU, this is the best time of the year next to Christmas, because they get to go out and sue people to stop them from doing awful things like praying in public. It's really disgraceful what people do, all this prayer at high school graduations and prayer breakfasts. Recently, the ACLU was able to get a judge to issue an injunction not only against students possibly praying at an event, but the injunction also prohibited the students from using the word prayer, which had the strange effect of banning the students from even discussing their feelings or views about the banning of prayer. It's a shock what's happened to the First Amendment. Look, the First Amendment has these two provisions related to the religion. One of them talks about free exercise of religion. We should all be for that. And the other one talks about prohibiting an establishment of religion by the national government. And that's a really strange one. Because, look, at the time America was founded, at the time the Constitution was written, I believe like 9 of the 13 states had establishments of religion. They just didn't want the federal government to impose one on top of the 9 they already had. They thought this was a local matter. In America today, however, we've taken, and it's too complex to explain here, the 14th Amendment, and we've expanded that to somehow say, with something called incorporation, to say that the anti-establishment provisions attach to the states. You know, for all kinds of reasons, I don't believe you can make a technical argument that the anti-establishment provision attaches to the state. The normal standard for incorporation is that it's only those liberties that you couldn't have a free and democratic society without. Well, wait a minute. We weren't a free and democratic society with, what, 8 or 9 of the states of the original 13 had established churches. England, which was our model for free and democratic society, as a state church, and they weren't free or democratic. It doesn't add up. What we've witnessed is this kind of judicial creep in which the power is transferred from the written document of the Constitution and the history and traditions of the American people over lengthy periods of time, and law becomes the best opinion of this group that now constitutes itself as the courts or the ruling class. And they're now waging a war on religion because somehow they think it's disruptive. Well, the most disruptive force between Americans of different religious and moral values or different kinds of groups in America today is not the innate conflict of those groups fighting over state privilege. It is in fact this body of law. I mean, I don't know of any religious groups, Catholics or Protestants or Jews or Muslims, fighting over anything. The only time I hear that religious groups are in direct face-to-face conflict is when they're in some federal court being sued because some kid wants to pray. This really needs to stop. The court really needs to think of how they are distorting the society. And you want to know how far this can go? I want you to just check out the BBC special on the marginalization of Christians in the United Kingdoms. It's tragic. It's foolish. A short time ago, the British Human Rights Agency was prosecuting Christians for putting up holiday displays. We'll call them holiday, not Christmas displays. I don't want to go to jail and be indicted in the UK. For putting them up during the Christmas season because they might be offensive to Muslims. Now, the BBC went around and tried to find Muslims who were offended by the sight of Christian displays in a Christian country during the holiday season. But this is what happens once government gets involved in being an active agent in regulating everybody else's speech and everybody else's sensibilities, allegedly on the behalf of injured minorities. It's just that we're too far down that road, and we need to stop. Thank you.